I am I am Mark Greenstein, Director at Ivy Bound. This is primarily for our clients, but others who are maybe similarly situated, pass this on. It is to guide you who have studied for the ACT or the SAT, wanted to be taking a test this spring, and now are seeing no SAT for a long time and ACT unsure. I put you as students into one of three categories. You can decide for yourself. And it's based on the colleges that you most pine to get admitted to. Okay? Your top choices could be in one of these categories. Number one, the category of a not that competitive school that almost assuredly you can get into based on your grades. You've been studying for the SAT as an extra, but with the absence of an SAT, these schools, which generally are looking at grades anyway, and the SAT was sort of a bottom-end assurance for them, well, now you're not really obligated, and I don't feel like you should feel you have to go out of your way to get a good score anymore or even take the test again at all. Now, next category. You are pining to get into a specialty school. Sciences is the most popular category, and that's of high rank and not so high rank. The science-oriented schools have not cared that much about SAT scores anyway. They've cared about AP scores. They've cared about sometimes subject tests and then extra projects that a few people would do to show that they would stand out. My advice to you, be one of those that gets the killer extra project. The kid who goes deep into the science that you might be studying 2, 3, 4 years from now. The kid who does an extra project, not even assigned by school, it's you showing an interest in an area that you may want to study. Or maybe even that you don't want to study, but you want to impress because of your skill. Now with some extra time, school's light, you put your brain to work, your assiduousness elevates you. And I have tutors at Ivy Bound who really could help in that regard. These are some SAT teachers who also lead students beyond just academics. So consider that, and maybe not consider pushing on the SAT, which may not exist for you. And even if it does, again, these specialty schools are becoming, in the absence of a strong SAT, almost like culinary schools. Okay, so the culinary, good career path for many people, never really pushed for a high SAT score. The most they were looking for was a decent score to know you're not a dope. Final category, you who are looking for a competitive 4-year traditional college. I think you should be pushing, and it should be on the ACT. The ACT has not canceled its July 18th test. And even the June 13th test is likely to be available where schools are open. Now, there are a lot of counties in this country that have had 0 cases of coronavirus. And so the ACT would like to be giving its tests where possible. And colleges, still the competitive ones, they want those credentials. And if you don't have the huge stratospheric GPA, or you do, but you're applying to be at a top 20 university where everyone's got a 4.0 or close, then you need that big score. And where will it come from? More likely from the ACT than the SAT. Now, we at Ivy Bound have routinely been saying, this is for 2 years now, it's good to do both. And so if the SAT comes back in a creditable form, then probably you take the SAT as well. But if you're shifting to ACT, it's not a huge shift. You, in your SAT study, have covered 3/4 of what's on the ACT multiple choice. You may not have even studied the essay part yet, so that's different. But if you didn't study it for the SAT, it's not really a duplication if you study it for the ACT. You work on those 5 sections, but it'll be minimal on the reading, minimal on the English, a little bit on the math because there's some higher level, and then you just have science to work on. The science reasoning section is new. We have a ACT add-on course for you. You'll have it as a discount if you're one of our clients. These start in late May, 3 sessions. It's 9.5 hours total of teaching time, and they're on 3 straight Saturday afternoons, finishing at the end of May. That's an easy add-on. If you want to work it with your tutors, almost all of them are online, so they can shift you into ACT. And yes, we can send materials old-fashioned way. UPS is still working, and online if you want to download, and that'll save you a little money too. Your choice. I hope this is helpful for all 3 categories of college-bound juniors, even college-bound sophomores. If you have other questions, I continue to do my parent seminars on Sundays at 9:15 Eastern, and I'm adding to them with seminars about the AP tests that are in place. They have not changed off of May, and we will discuss them for the next 3 Sundays. You can join us on the Zoom conference line. Thanks for listening. I'm Mark, and I hope everything is well.